This is turning into what should have been an hour-and-a-half drive is now a 3-hour drive to Maine because of this Friday afternoon traffic. Just love it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea. Thank you so much for clicking and joining with me today. This weekend is a very exciting weekend, long awaited. If you've been watching the channel for a couple months now, you might know what I'm talking about, or you just read the title of the video. This week I am running my very first 10K race and I am petrified. I have been running consistently now for just about a year. A couple months ago, my sister and her fiance convinced me that I could run a 10K. Granted, I do like running and I love working on my running and getting better, but that by no means means that I'm a star runner. As of a year ago, running a long distance would have been like 2 miles. So we really pushed ourselves. I thought it was a great starting point race. I did a race a couple of months ago that I recorded just like as a testing race. Like it was my first race ever in like 10 years, and I wanted to like have a race to do before this race. The amount of times I'm saying race makes me want to vomit. So I live in Boston and this race is up in Maine. That's where my sister and her fiance live. They've been doing this race now for multiple years, so they know the routine, which is reassuring to me because I am overwhelmed and stressed out about it. But there's about 7,000 runners in this race, which literally gives me anxiety. Real deal. There's like elite runners in this race, which is just, I don't even know. I think it's safe to say I feel a little bit out of my comfort zone with this. I feel kind of out of my element. This wasn't a race you needed to like qualify for or anything. You can just sign up for it, and so I signed up for it and here we are. I'm trying to keep this just to be a really positive experience. Luckily, I know I can run the distance. Like I've done 2 10K distances in the past like 2 weeks. So I know that I can run the distance, but the challenging part is I just want to run a time that I'm proud of myself for. So I'm a slow runner. I do not run fast by any means. I'm just gonna try to go out there and run the best that I can, run smart, but also try to run faster than I have before. So we shall see. With it being farther away from my house, I don't know if my parents are gonna be able to come and like record anything or film me crossing the finish line or anything. So I have no idea how much content I'm gonna have for this video. I might have literally nothing. I also don't wanna commit myself to have to record anything on my own during the race, because again, I just really wanna focus on the race itself and doing the best that I can. And I feel like if I'm like, okay, I probably should record again and trying to get my phone out of my belt, it's just gonna be a whole hectic mess. So I really don't know how much I'm going to have to vlog for the actual race, but I'm definitely going to record the befores, the afters, and any other content I get during it. It still does not even feel real that race day is tomorrow. It does not feel real at all. I definitely feel like I've been a bit in my head the past day or two. I've been mentioning in a few of my videos, there's just been so much happening this summer with traveling and moving into my new apartment and then training for this race. Like so much has been going on. I'm trying to take this opportunity during this drive to Maine to kind of just like mentally reset. I really don't want to be like in a negative headspace for this race. I want to be able to like enjoy it and like be proud of it and look back and have it be a great experience, and not look back at it and have it be like a, oh, that was so stressful and would not do that again. Like I would love in a year to be able to be like, yeah, I'm gonna run that race again and beat my times. Trying to like have lots of positive thoughts in my head and not be thinking too negatively. Oh my god, we still have 40 minutes to go. Ah! Alright, so we're officially getting everything packed up and ready for tomorrow. I still do not believe it's happening, but it is. This is my running pile that I got going on for tomorrow. This outfit is from Gymshark. I have the spandex bottoms and then the top, which is just like a basic tank top. I love the material of these because they're super thick, which I kind of like because then they don't ride down or ride up too much. They kind of stay in place. And then I also have the matching drawstring long sleeve top for like a warm up in case it's a little bit chilly in the morning to wear. And then these are all my race day supplies. I definitely will not be bringing all of these or even using all of these, but just to have extra is always good. I've got my headband. I already packed my hair elastics in my bag. And then for water bottles, I have just my regular one, which I'll be using for most of the day. And then also my belt water bottle, which this holds about 8 ounces, which I'll put on my running belt most likely. They have like water stops every mile, but I still might feel more comfortable just carrying mine just in case I need water at a certain stop. This is the belt that I use for my runs. This is the Spy belt. I think I've shown this to you guys before. I like this one because it has 2 pockets, one a little bit bigger and one a little bit smaller. I usually put like my phone and keys and wallet and stuff in here, and then snacks and stuff like that in here. I got my AirPods, which I literally almost forgot until a second ago, which I would have turned my car back around to come get these. I don't know who can run without music. I am not one of those people. And then for snacks, I just got some Cliff Bars just to have like the night before and maybe on the race day morning. The Honey Stinger waffles, which I've talked about before, which have become a new favorite of mine. This is a good little munchie to have before the race. I've got 2 running gels. These ones both have caffeine and electrolytes, which is perfect. And then I also have a couple of electrolyte packets and some liquid IV. I might use some of these tonight just to keep my body hydrated before the race actually begins. And then of course, you guys already know I will be packing my Brooks running shoes. I have only ever used Brooks running shoes for my runs. I don't have any intention to switch that. I'm literally like racking my brain of when I'm forgetting. I'm so paranoid I'm gonna forget something that I really need for the race. So we finally made it to Maine. I didn't get here until like 5:30 and I left my house at 2, so that was psychotic. But it's just about 9 p.m. right now. The rest of the crew has gone to sleep for the night, but of course, me being me, I'm still up being a night owl. I just finished kind of prepping my little pile of things that I want to have ready for the morning. I think we're gonna be getting up around like 5:15 and my brain does not work at that hour, so I wanted to kind of have everything prepped and ready so I can just grab it and go. I did want to show you guys though the stuff that we got at the expo. So this is this year's shirt. It's like that nice kind of like dry fit material, and this is the back. I am kind of wishing it was a better color. I've heard in past years they have like prettier colors, but can't go wrong with white. And then this is my bib for tomorrow. Then we also got some other goodies, a race magnet, as well as a gift card to LL Bean and one to Dunks. I have no idea why we get gift cards, but I am certainly not complaining about it. And then in my pile, I also have the rest of the stuff that I showed you earlier, my racing gear and all of that. I'm really bringing like the bare minimum, things that I can either leave in the car or keep in my belt with me, because the rest of it we're gonna have to like leave it or throw it out and then get shuttled from the finish line back to our car. I think someone's power washing outside. Oh my god. It's definitely starting to kick in with my nerves a little bit. I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I know I'm probably gonna be up for a little bit just chilling on my phone. I brought my book to read for a little while, but I'm gonna try to get some sleep. Hopefully on the early side for me tonight. I'm hoping to be asleep by like 10 or 11. Like that would be an early night for me. We can only hope.
morning. It's about 5:30 right now. We're aiming to leave the house around 6:15. I just had like a bagel for breakfast, like half a bagel. I'm definitely starting to get pretty nervous. I think the thing that I'm like most nervous about is like my stomach and trying to eat enough but also not eat too much. And it's a weird timing because I'm like eating now and then the race doesn't start for another like 3 hours. So I'm trying to like bring some snacks but like not have to pack a lot. So like that's what I'm most anxious about right now. I think I'm just like perseverating on that until the race starts.
We just parked 6:45. We still have like an hour before we're gonna go to the start line. The race starts at like 8, and then I don't think our heat will start until like 8:12, they said. So we definitely have a decent amount of time, which honestly I wish we didn't, because I feel like I just want to start and do this thing and I don't want to sit around and wait for it any longer. I just had a banana just to kind of hopefully have enough in my system. I'm hoping that will give me enough energy to last me through the whole race. My stomach is definitely like cramping a lot, I think just from like the nerves, but I'm hoping it'll settle out a little bit and I'll be able to just run this race comfortably. My sister also just said to me, she was like, expect a hill at every turn and you won't be surprised. And that just made me want to cry. We're here at the starting line. I am feeling quite a bit nervous right now. My sister and her fiance just went to the front where the faster runners are going. I'm back here with my paced people, thinking about trying to enjoy this run as much as I can and know that I worked hard and trained hard for this.
Number 314.
Thank you. Hello guys. Woohoo! All right, the race is done. I am already showered and whatnot. I know I'm filming this from my car, which is a little bit annoying, but the after race experience was kind of, there were so many people and there was all these like vendors and drinks and food to get and everything, so it was kind of hectic. So we kind of like got our drinks, got some food, and then had to wait in line for the shuttle back to our car. So we really didn't like have a lot of time to like sit around and me to whip my camera out and record something. So, but here we are. I need to turn the AC on, I think. It's a little bit toasty in here. Race recap. I am actually pretty impressed with myself. I was able to stick at a low 11-minute pace and I was stoked about that, and I actually felt really good during it. Usually during my 10K runs, I definitely am feeling it towards the end, and I'm pretty tired and my pace starts to slow a decent amount, especially if there's hills involved. But this time I was actually able to keep my pace for the entire race, even on the hills, which was impressive. It definitely ended up being a bit more of a hilly race than I thought it was going to be, but actually the hills didn't affect me too much. They were gentle inclines for the most part, and it kind of helped me in some ways because it allowed me to like pace myself more. So instead of like going gung-ho in the beginning, it started out with like a slight incline, so I had to kind of pace myself naturally anyways because of the hill. So it kind of worked out to my favor. I was happy with my time. My sister and her fiance Jake, they did amazing, and they're like, you know, top 200 runners, like crazy people. But they were there at the end waiting for me and cheering me on. They made this little sign for me, which was like so adorable, and I got to see them at the finish line. And it was just like the best feeling crossing the finish line. There was actually a point in the race where I actually got like kind of teary-eyed because I just was having like a surreal out-of-body moment where I was like, I'm actually running this race right now. I had been training for it for, you know, so many months and months and months that like finally being in it just felt so surreal, and I was honestly just so proud of myself. So that was a pretty cool moment. I didn't cry when I finished. I was worried I was gonna just like break down and be like I held it together. It honestly feels like a whirlwind. It doesn't even feel like it happened really, which I feel like happens often with like runs in general, but especially like races, like you don't feel like it really happened because it was all such a blur. And then after the race, it was like the best. We got like ice cold water, blueberry soda, chocolate milk, popsicles. Like I had like all these snacks and drinks in my hands, and I was just like drinking and snacking on everything. It was just amazing. I had this strawberry popsicle, which was like a life-changing decision that I made. And the weather ended up being so gorgeous for the race. It was like high 60s, low 70s, and like partly cloudy and sunny. It was perfect weather. Like, it was warm enough so it felt good, but not too warm that you felt like you were hot. I'm definitely glad it's over, and I'm looking forward to a nice nap later on, but for now I'm heading off to my family lobster bake for the afternoon. If you guys like these running videos or want to see more of like my training and my workouts and stuff like that, feel free to like this video or comment down below. I actually really like making these videos. I feel like there's not a lot of representation for like fit women out there who are also slow runners, but I've been working on the mindset of just because I'm a slow runner does not make me any less of a runner than anyone else out there, and I am just as much qualified to run the races that I want to and to train hard, and just as much of accomplishment crossing that finish line. That is my cheesy speech for the day. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little 10K vlog video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.